an esteemed gathering here this morning. Today is not just about launching this book. It is about unveiling years of deep research, thought, and a powerful perspective that bridges science and spirituality. We are here to witness the coming together of knowledge, faith, belief, and discovery. Privileged to introduce someone very special who will be anchoring today's proceedings. We are honored to have Ms. Mona Menon, Director and CEO of Marshall's, India's most trusted brand in interior decor and wall covering solutions. A dynamic leader with deep passion for design and innovation, she has played a pivotal role in expanding the brand's reach and redefining spaces with elegance and functionality. With her strong expertise in brand building and business leadership, she continues to inspire the industry. And on a personal note, she's also the daughter of our esteemed author, Mr. Baldev Sharma. Mona will take you to the proceedings forward. Please join me in warmly welcoming Ms. Mona Menon. Let's give her a round of applause. She deserves it.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
On this special occasion of Ashtami, Ram Navami, and the book launch of spiritual mythology-related book that we are coming up with today, I'm very happy to welcome each and every one of you. Before we start the proceedings, I would like to invite our chief guests and guests of honor to light the lamp and begin with an auspicious prayer. So, may I request our host, Mr. Sharma, to come here, our chief guest, Dr. S.S. Mantha, Dr. Miti Mehta, Nirmala ma'am, Mr. Giridharan, Shivpad Vishnuji, Radhika ma'am, and our mentor and guide, Dr. Jayaraman. Please appreciate your being here to light up. As I introduce each one of our dignitaries, may I request Poonam to please hand over a small token of respect. Our chief guest for today, Dr. S.S. Mantha, Vice Chancellor, Nagpur University.
Look at the camera, sir. Yeah. Look here. Yeah. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, Dr. Miti Mehta, wellness coach. Gopalanji, GM of RBI. Shrivad B.B. Vishnuji, Devatya Maharaji, Senior Sannyasi at Gaudhya Math.
Guruji, आप
Madam Radhika Radhya, media professional and mythologist. Our mentor and guide to Mr. Sharma, Dr. A.P. Jayaramanji, nuclear scientist at BRC and director of SIA. Prabhu Ramashreji, a saint from ISKCON. Umesh Rathorji. He's the Innovation Manager at AICD, Ministry of Education, Government of India. And Arvind Paranjpeji. Mr. Aditya Chatterjee, Ad Factors. Sheetal Sabwe Ma'am, Sundaram Digital Publications. The birthday girl today, Madhu Ma'am.
मैम हम प्लीज
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm sorry I got a little delayed because I went to the temple.
Aarti Sharma, Director and Designer of Ashrams and Enriching. Pratap Menon, Director at Marshall Fall Coverings. Just one second. And Jayashri, ex-president, Rotarian, Rotary Club of Bombay, Worli. So welcome once again, and I begin the program here. I'm aware that one of our chief guests needs to leave a little early. Can I, before starting the introduction, have him say a few words? May I request Dr. Vicky Mehta to say a few words and start the proceedings, please.
On this Ram Navami day, I'm feeling so blessed to be sitting amidst so very many Bharatis. I truly feel very small because all of you are so accomplished. I have completed 46 years in my industry, but the kind of knowledge and spiritual prowess and evolution that you guys have is so much, and I'd like to dip into that ocean and learn a lot. But I went through the book Sir has written, and it is fantastic. Being a yogi myself, I understand that yoga is all about symbols and congruent geometry, which expresses energy and symbolizes different forms through which there is communication, which is so subtle and which influences and impacts our subconscious mind. So every such symbol in this universe is nothing but encoded energy, which is decoded if you realize it and recognize it. So before us, or rather the sages that ruled this earth literally before the advent of science said भूगोल, धरती गोल है, पृथ्वी गोल है, जिससे संसार का निर्माण हुआ. And samsara means a wheel, and wheel means that goes around, and that's the philosophy of karma also. Then our Rishi Muni said jagat hai, जग की गति है. Nobody realized कि पृथ्वी अपने कील पे घूम रही है, but our Rishi Munis understood, and so did our Rishi Munis understood symbols. So swastika, Om, which was then taken and lifted by pagans, and there was a whole philosophy of paganism which was born, and the church went against it. But the congruence of the angles and every line is so important in expressing and communicating energy the way it is supposed to be. हमारे घर में भी वास्तुशास्त्र आते हैं, तो वो वास्तुशास्त्री वो पहचानते हैं कि कौन से दीवार में गोल कोना करना है या त्रिकोण निकालना है, या कहाँ पर ऊर्जा की प्रवाह संतुलित होनी चाहिए, हाइट के हिसाब से, डायरेक्शन दिशा के हिसाब से, और जहाँ पर हम रसोई करने वाले, जहाँ पर हम सोने वाले, और जहाँ पर हम बैठ के ध्यान करने वाले. So if you know that symbolism of symbols was also there in Nalanda, कि कौन सी पृथ्वी पे मंदिर बननी चाहिए और कौन से वास्तु पे कब्रिस्तान, ये भी हमारी symbolic energy determine करती थी, and that's the power of symbols. And I'm grateful to you. लास्ट में एक दो पंक्तियां योग की कहना चाहूंगा कि योग is about symbols also, angles also, and the congruence of the symbols and angles, the harmonious congruence. So we are divided into, we are Dvait, polarities, but the harmony of polarities is yoga. तो स्वयं की स्वतंत्रता, तो बोलते हैं स्वयं में स्थित, स्वयं में उपस्थित, स्वयं में होना, स्वयं को होने देना, स्वयं में स्वतंत्र रहना, स्वतंत्रता का स्वामी बनना, अंतर्यामी बनना, ऊर्ध्वगामी बनना. तो ये सारी चीजों में भी इतने सिंबल्स आर इंक्लूडेड. जैसे पद्मासन एक सिंबल है, इट इज अ प्रतीक ऑफ स्वस्तिका ऑल्सो, बिकॉज इट एक्सप्रेसेस परफेक्ट संतुलन. द हाइपोटेन्यूस स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द टॉप ऑफ योर हेड गोइंग डाउन टू योर सहस्त्र से मूलधार तक का, और बाद में द ट्रायंगल फॉर्म. और जैसे हम रिलैक्स हो जाते हैं, हमारे मन मूत्र की जगह रिलैक्स हो जाती है और एनर्जी फ्लो यूनिफॉर्म हो जाती है. तो हमारे वैदिक शास्त्रों की बहुत गहराई है, बहुत महिमा है. एंड टुडे आई लाइक टू टच हिज फीट, टेक योर ब्लेसिंग्स एंड कम बैक टू यू. जी अगर सब आज्ञा दे मुझे तो आई लाइक टू एक्सक्यूज. आई एम ग्रेटफुल टू एवरीबडी जो सबकी उपस्थिति यहाँ पर, और gratitude. Thank you.
Okay, we have a small token of appreciation for
So good morning everyone once again. Good morning everyone. Let's build a little energy, and I think taaliyan bajana is a good energy. So today, I think we are all supportive of each other. So, ma'am bata rahe hain, this is the way to plan. Yes. As we are here to launch a very special book that explains the mythology scientifically. Okay, the next generation is not going to do what we tell them to do. They want to grow by the individual. A first generation entrepreneur who founded Marshalls in 1975.
Built a legacy that continues to grow. An innovator at heart, he was honored with the President's Award in 1973 for his inventions, the timer gas and the STD locking system. But what makes his journey truly exceptional is what he chose to do next. At the peak of his professional success, he handed over the reins of marshals in 2001 to me and my brother, and turned his complete attention to a far deeper question: who are we and what for? What's the purpose of human beings on earth? As someone who has had the privilege of building on his foundation, I can say the greatest gift to us is not just the business, but a mindset to question, to seek, to look beyond the obvious. A lifelong student of science with a refined understanding of astrology, he bridges the logic and intuition, the physical and the metaphysical. His book, Secrets of the Universe, revealed through Hindu gods, symbols, signs, and sounds, is a powerful expression of his lifelong quest. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming an innovator, a pioneer, and a true seeker. My father, a scientist, Rotarian, Mr. Baldev Krishnan Sharma. Over to you. Before I have him talk, can I have his introduction AV played, please?
In a world driven by curiosity, invention, and the ceaseless pursuit of truth, there are a few rare individuals who not only dream, but transform those dreams into reality. Presenting Mr. Baldev Krishna Sharma, scientist, innovator, philanthropist, and a visionary author. In 1974, Baldev Krishna Sharma was honored with the Rashtrapati Award, a presidential recognition accompanied by a cash prize for his groundbreaking invention, the STD control device. This recognition, conferred through the National Research Development Corporation and the Inventions Promotion Board, marked the beginning of a truly extraordinary journey. A young science enthusiast at the Royal Institute of Science, now Bhabha State University, Mumbai, Baldev Krishna was already a rising star. He won back-to-back first prizes at science fair exhibitions in 1969 and 1970 for his innovative engineering solutions. Post-graduation, while working as a development officer, he contributed to the design of an automatic gun firing system for the Indian Army's Vijayanta tank, a project approved by the DRDO. In 1975, Baldev Krishna founded Marshall's Wallpaper Company, a name that grew into a nationwide brand known for innovation in interior decor. In 1985, he established Graytex Industries Limited. His entrepreneurial success has always been matched by a deep sense of social responsibility. Through the B.S. Marshall's Foundation, he supports education, health, and opportunities for the underprivileged. In 2021, he launched SIA, Creative Ideas and Innovations in Action, a platform that celebrates young student innovators. Visionary scientist and author Baldev Krishna Sharma probes human cosmic identity in Who Are We? What For? Unmasks carbon's hidden fate and unveils natural universe expansion, a groundbreaking theory of a living, breathing, organic universe. Now, cosmos scientist Baldev Krishna Sharma presents Secrets of the Universe, revealed through Hindu gods, symbols, signs, and sounds, a powerful work that decodes the deeper connection between Hindu deities and the universe, as conveyed through the timeless wisdom of the Vedas and Upanishads, expressed in stories for the common people to understand. Bridging cosmology, philosophy, and tradition, this book inspires Gen Z, parents of Gen Alpha, and seekers to rediscover ancient wisdom through a modern scientific lens. Please welcome cosmologist, scientist, researcher, and author, Mr. Baldev Krishna Sharma.
Namaskar and pranam to all of you. Today is a very special day for all of us. Special day because it's on this special day that we are launching, on a very auspicious day, we are launching my book, which is for which I'm most passionate about it. The Secrets of the Universe Revealed through Hindu Gods, Symbols, Signs and Sounds. So friends, this is, I have to thank all of you for coming over here, being part of this special occasion, as I said. My big thanks to all of you. Okay, I really feel revered that all of you are here. My special guests, my dignitaries, my guest of honor, okay, guest of honor, chief guest, my own mentor and my guide, Dr. Jayaraman sir. So thank you very much for being over here and making this occasion all the more auspicious and good. In fact, yesterday, I would say that this is a very special occasion on another note also, that yesterday we were fasting for the whole day, and today we took that prasad, we broke that fast, and we came over here. You see that tilak on that. It was Ashtami today. Okay, so that is one great occasion that we have. Then another one is a Ram Navami that we are celebrating today. Okay, and third, I will tell you what is that. But both these, you will see, is bringing divine energy. Okay, and it is bringing all the positivity with which we are launching this something very unique book, which is giving awareness about what our symbols, what our gods are meant for the society. And the third, which I said, is basically the icing on the cake. And that icing on the cake is nothing but, okay, Madam's birthday for today, which again brings more positivity. Many, many happy returns of the day, ma'am, to you. Okay, and God bless you really. Okay, we'll celebrate that at the end of this session. But yes, so I think we had, I would say that for the limited time that has been given to me, which is only 20 minutes for making the presentation, I have to have a lot going here as a presentation. And for that, we have structured the entire program by a PPT so that, I don't go out of focus. I write into the, I'm able to just communicate what I have to communicate. Otherwise, I'm so passionate about all these gods that I may go haywire, I may go tangent somewhere here and there. So we have made a PPT out of it. So let's start our journey of our gods. Okay, let's start that journey of establishing God's relationship with the universe. Okay, so here we go. Nikhil, you can start with it. Nikhil is my research assistant, and even this PPT is made by him. So thank you, Nikhil. Okay. So, see, when we talk about Hinduism, we are talking about gods. How many gods we are talking about? Any idea? We are talking about 33 crore Devi Devta. How many? 33 crore Devi Devta we are talking about. But when we are talking about 33 crore Devi Devta, what are we really talking about? We are talking about a few of those iconic Devi Devtas, which we'll just place it over here. We have got Brahma, we have got Vishnu, we have got Shiva. Shiva has another model also, the Nataraja. Then we have Narasimha Avatar, then we have Saraswati, and then we have got Gayatri Mata, and we have got Ganesha, we have got Durga Mata, and we have got Kali Mata, and 33 crore Devi Devta, so many of them. The question is, okay, what are these gods representing? See, this universe by itself is such a massive technology. If I share it with you, that the motion of the sun around the galaxy is at the speed of 250 kilometers per second. Now you will not realize what that 250 kilometers per second means. But if I tell you that sun can travel from Bombay to Delhi in just 5 seconds, that is the speed at which sun is traveling in the space. Okay. And it is traveling perpetual, no accidents, nothing. The day that accidents happen, we will not be there. Okay. So that is the speed. That speed at which Earth is traveling around the sun is 30 kilometers per second. And 30 kilometers per second would mean Bombay to Delhi in just 40 seconds. The Earth itself is rotating around itself in half a kilometer per second. And when we say half a kilometer per second, it means it is moving at the speed of sound at 1.5 times. And we are not even able to hear that sound. You know that Concorde was stopped because of the high sound it used to, the sound barrier it used to make. And we can't even hear that. That is the technology with which the entire universe entire is a complete technology. Millions and billions of stars in each galaxy and millions and billions of galaxies are functioning in sync with each other, and there is absolutely harmony among themselves. So what a great technology we are talking about. And there, for all this technology, just like you have got aerospace, you have got railway as a system, you have got air as a system, aviation as a system, you have got the various systems, and every system has got layers. Okay, there are layers. There are layers at the top to the layer at the bottom. Okay, now for example, let's take railway system. You will have a station master to member of the board. That is the total number of layers which are there, which are controlling, monitoring this thing. So the same thing is happening with the universe also. That there are controlling systems, there are monitoring systems, there are synchronizing systems, and there are observing systems, auditing systems. All these systems are there. And who are the heads? It is these gods which are the heads. These are the layers which are there. And what our people, what our Rishi Munis have done is that they have tried to make it easy for our people to understand. And therefore, they have created a human-animal sort of a thing, because see, human, now for example, I'll give you an example of Hanuman. Okay. Now, why they had to bring a type of a monkey face on a human body? Because a human by itself cannot carry a mountain. He cannot fly. Therefore, something special has to be made. A character has to be made different from human, and yet it has to be shown as human. And that is the characterization, although the monkey characterization is nowhere connected with the character of a monkey. Okay, it is trying to create a different behavior, the different way of looking at the thing. Now let's move from here to, let's go to the next slide. What has inspired me to write this book? What has inspired me to write this book? It is the Kerala story. Okay. And what is the Kerala story? Let me share it with you. The Kerala story is simple. There are students who are talking among themselves. आपस में बात कर रहे हैं. Okay. और एक डिफरेंट इसका नाम क्या रिलीजन का है, एक हमारे रिलीजन के हैं, एंड वो एक दूसरे को कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं. और ये जब उनको बताते हैं कि ऐसा कभी होता है क्या कि एक बंदा, एक बच्चा है, उसका पोर्ट बेली है और उसके सिर के ऊपर हाथी का सिर है, ऐसा कभी होता है क्या? कभी ऐसा होता है क्या 5-5 मुंह के कोई भगवान होता है क्या? ओके, 10-10 हाथ के कोई होते हैं? एंड दे आर नॉट एबल टू रिप्लाई. And since they are not able to reply, okay, it is casting a negative response on those new generation, and that has made those children, has made those people think about it, whether this is a fiction story or whether this is only just for the sake of giving a story that has been given. It has been puzzling. Let's go to the next point. A character in the film portrays Hindu deities as unrealistic, fictional, unable to justify cosmic symbolism. The young logical minds get swayed away and trapped. Go to the next. Friends, I must say that, as I have already shared with you, that Hinduism is coming from Vedas, and Vedas has come from the other universe to this universe who have created this universe. And therefore the knowledges of the universe, what we get, the knowledge of the universe, and this is one religion which is giving all that knowledge. All other religions, I would say, have got prophets. There is an icon who has suffered a lot, and after a few decades, okay, a religion is created out of that, okay, for whatever, taking that suffering into account, and then, the religions have been created. But Hinduism is talking about the knowledge about the origin and creation of the universe and its sustenance. And the sages use the stories of human animals, characters to explain the complex cosmic principles. Such high-speed motions of sun, moon, earth, okay. Do you think that it can be easily explained to the general audience? Okay, it's not possible. So what they are trying to do is trying to characterize human animal figures, okay, to explain the complex cosmic principles, and cosmic truths were simplified through narrative that common people could easily understand. Okay, so that people could. Now, whom are they trying to communicate? They are trying to communicate to the general audience. Who is the general audience? Audience on the street. If you have seen anybody Astha channel, or if you have seen any of these religions, you see the type of people who are sitting over there. The audience. To explain to that homemakers and to explain to those simple people who are peasants, okay, what language do you use? You can't use scientific language to them. And therefore they are trying to do it in terms of narratives and stories, and these narratives and stories are shown over here. Go to the next slide. Now let's talk about our first deity. We try to analyze what this deity really means. Okay. We in Maharashtra this deity is being delivered. Okay. Ganpati Bappa Moria we say, and we start everything with Ganpati, and today also we are going to start with Ganpati. Okay, let's understand what this Ganpati all stands for. If you can share it with me, Ganpati here is sitting on a throne. He is a king. He is shown as a king. He has got a mukut, he has got a crown on his head, sitting on a throne. Okay. He is sitting cross-legged with the leg from right to left, from his right to left. He has got a trunk which is moving again from right to left. Okay. He has got a pot belly. He has got a head of a calf, an elephant calf. Okay. Now let's try to analyze these. In fact, in some of these, they are also showing a snake around his neck. He's been showing. Just go to the first slide. Just go to the first slide. First slide. Here. Yeah, you see this? They show snake. Somewhere they are showing snake also. There's snake around his neck. Huh? Yeah. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. So we are over here. Now, what does this really imply? What does this imply? Now, let's talk about the legend which goes to explain this. What is the legend? The legend says that Parvati Mother was going to take a path. Okay. So she asked her son Ganesha to stand as a sentry and see that nobody comes in because she's taking a path. Very obvious. In the meantime, Shiva appears and he wants to enter because it is his house, he wants to enter. And Ganesha is stopping him. And then there is an argument. And then he is so angry that he is not letting him go in, so he, with his trishul, he knocks off his head. After, when Parvati Madam comes out, she sees that such a thing has happened, such a disaster has happened, and she starts, weeping and all that, crying and all that. Uske baad mein usko, he realizes that it is his mistake, and therefore he sends his ganas to the forest. And he says कि जो माँ अपने बेटे से विपरीत सोई होगी, उस बेटे का, उस बच्चे का सिर काट के ले आओ और इसको we bring him back to life. Okay, so this is the legend. This is the legend. This is the story for whom? For the general audience. For the general audience who is sitting in Hasta channel and seeing their housewives and all. It's meant for this. It's a story given to them. My logic question, when I start logically questioning this, the logic question is that Shiva is God. If he closes his eyes, he would know who is in front of him. He would know Parvati is taking bath inside. Okay, why he needs to get angry and knock off his head? That's my point number one. But point number two is that the head is still lying there, cut off here, so head to उधर पड़ा है. उसी को लेके छोड़ दो ना. Why you have to send people to jungle and you know कि वहाँ से तो उठा के किसी शेर में हाथी का या जो भी मिले उसको लेकर आओ. Why do all that? Okay. And then when they bring this and they make that calf's head onto Ganesha and to bring him to life, okay, what happens? Can you imagine that the neck of calf and the neck of a human does not match? Okay. And therefore there cannot be a fusion, and then it cannot be brought back to life because the size of veins and arteries and all that are so very different. It's not possible. So it is only symbolic. It's not physical, it is only symbolic. So why they had to do that? Why they had to take all these narrative stories of Goa, so the story behind this, the reason behind that is something else. They want to show that this pot belly which they are trying to show in Ganesha, because a child cannot have such a huge pot belly, but they are trying to show pot belly. This is nothing but the earth part of it. Okay. And the head they want to show as a moon, and earth and moon is one system. They want to show that earth and moon is one system, and moon is 25% size of the earth, whereas the human face is only about 9% of the size of the earth, of the body. If you Google it or if you try to see it anywhere, you will find that the size of the human body and the face is only 9%, and they wanted to show 25%, much larger than that. In fact, in my book on page 22, we have shown earth and moon together. Okay. And that gives the connection between earth and moon as a living system. And you know one thing, that moon is the brain of the earth system, because every woman, every person, even the waves, everything is connected, even our Vanaspati, everything is connected with the connection of the moon. And moon is the brain of the earth system. The moon is the brain of the earth system. So moon and earth is what Ganesha is all about. And together they are forming one living system, and that living system is called Ganesha. That living system is called Ganesha. Okay. And let me talk a little more to give you a more detail on this. The face of the elephant calf is what color? Grey color. Okay? Is it shown grey color? No. Because Chandra is white, is fair. Chandra is not dark. The back side, the hair part is dark, but the front side is fair. And Ganesha is shown fair here. Okay. The rotation of the moon is anti-clockwise. Okay. If you see any book, if you know, the moon rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, and that is what is shown over here. It is also showing that the trunk, which is connecting between the moon and the earth, is connecting with the trunk. Okay. So trunk and trunk moving in the anti-clockwise direction, that is the rotation. And here again, this is shown in the anti-clockwise direction because earth is also rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. It's the Vakriya movement. It's called Vakriya movement. So friends, this is the science, and what you have heard is the legend of Ganesha. I have given you all that narrative of, about Parvati Mata taking bath. It is all narrative. But the real science behind that is this one. Ganesha is nothing but earth and moon system as one system, and that one system is called Ganesha. one system is called Ganesha. Okay, let's move to the next. No, let's sure. Elephant calf head moon, light tummy symbolic earth, size ratio mirrors moon earth 1:4. 1:4 means moon is 25%, earth is the rest. Ganesha's broken task. Now see, this is another good example, I must say that. This is again what the narrative goes is that Parshuram comes, okay, and there is an argument between Ganesha and Parshuram. And he is very angry about it, as usual. Parshuram is an angry saint. So he takes his tulari and he throws at him, and his one teeth gets broken. They say, एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी, माथे के संदूर सोए, मूसे की सवारी. So there is one dant. Why they have to show one? What is the reason for showing? Because the axis is only single. Whether it is earth or whether it is moon, there is only single axis. You cannot have two axes. Therefore, they have to take off one axis to show that it is the moon. Okay, it is a single axis on which moon and earth are moving. Okay, that was the thing for which they had to break. Some legend also says that he wanted to write the big Mahabharata, for which he had broken his teeth and wanted to write. But these are all reasons for people to explain. But the reason for that, the scientific reason for that is that there is only one axis, and that one axis on which the earth rotates, there is one axis on which the moon rotates, and for that reason they have to show a single axis and not the two axes. Okay. So we go to the next one.
Is your premise that there was no such God? Is that your premise?
Sorry?
But when you're explaining the symbolism, is it the symbolism of the existence of Lord Ganesh? Or was there no, are you saying that there was no such existence?
No, there is the existence of God is symbolic. They want to explain something that earth and moon is one system, is one living system, and that living system is called Ganesha. It's called one living system, and that one living system is called Ganesha. Okay, we go to the next one. Okay, we talk again about the 5 heads. Okay. We talk about 5 heads. Why Gayatri has been given 5 heads? And when somebody asks, पांच कभी किसी के सिर होते हैं या 5 सिर होते हैं, I would say that there could be 5, there could be even more. Let's take an example. Let's take a woman. She is one character as a person who is running a family, as a mother of the family, as a household. She is running a family. She is one character. She is again a character as a mother. She is also another character as a wife. She is also another character, okay, as a friend. She is also another character as a professional. Now, if you have to bring all these 5 characters together and show them as a graphic, how do you show it? How do you show it, the 5 characters of a person in one graphic? How do you show it? You are not writing any language, because if you write a language, then it becomes language specific. But if you have to show it as a graphic and make it as a universal communication, how do you do that? And the way you do it is that you show that there are 5 faces. There are 5 faces and 5 faces of a single person. Okay. And here they have got 5 different Shaktis of Gayatri, okay, which they want to show it as 5 faces. Okay. Just open the narrative. Gayatri is shown with 5 heads. One person can have many roles at the same time, just like a woman can have. We have mother, wife, sister, guide, and so on. To represent many qualities at once, multiple heads are shown in a single body, and the symbolism teaches that divine energy has many aspects for one source and many aspects. Okay. And that is what the Shakti of Gayatri Vata is all. We go to the next. we go to one of the most known deity which we all revere a lot, and that is, we talk about Shiva. Okay. Now let's try to analyze this image. Okay. There are two images of Shiva. We try to analyze this image. We have got a Ganga river flowing out of it and falling on a Shivaling. Okay? We have got a snake around here, we have got Rudra Mala over here. There is also another thing which is not shown here, which I am seeing, is the crescent moon. The crescent moon is always shown around the Shiva. Okay, but we assume that it is over there. From here, we come to why Shiva is shown in a dark color. What is the reason? Is it that they had finished all their inks and the only black ink was left, so they had to paint him black? No. The reason is, it is representing dark matter. And I must tell you that this universe has got 85% of dark matter. And what you see, and when you look at night in the skies, what you see in space is only about 15% of illuminated matter. 85% is dark matter and dark energy. Okay. So this is representing that, and that is what Shiva is, that is what Vishnu is, but we are talking at the moment only about Shiva. उसके गले के अंदर सर्प डाला है. Now what is the meaning of सर्प? सर्प means poison. Poison means non-habitable area. The human would die if a person is in that area. Okay. This is what it means when we say about sarp. Sarp means poison. Poison means it is non-habitable. Okay. Then we see a lot of Rudraksh malas over here. Okay. It is around his neck. It is around his arms. It is breast. Everywhere. In fact, in some of them, they are even showing around here, around his feet and all that. Okay. Now let's try to analyze this figure. Okay. Let's try to understand. He is sitting on a very aggressive body, that is on a dead tiger skin. He is sitting on that. He is also wearing that. That means it shows that although he is shown in a very samadhi state, but he is still very aggressive internally. Okay. Okay, let's talk about what does this represent. This Ganga represents the earth. It represents the earth because Ganges, where does Ganges live? It is on the earth. And crescent moon, so it is again the earth moon system, which is nothing but Ganesha. And around that is Rudraksh. Now let me tell you that I will be explaining in one of my other slides what is the meaning of Rudraksh. Okay. Rudraksh, let me tell you at the moment, is nothing but celestial bodies. Celestial bodies is termed as Rudraksh. But how it is, I will be explaining you in my further slides. Okay. So there are a lot of celestial bodies around our earth. That is what they are trying to show it. And again they are trying to show poison. Because the moment when you go from the earth to moon, what do you find in between? Space. And what is space? Non-habitable. And non-habitable is shown by way of snake. It is shown by way of snake. That's what they are trying to show over here. As I said, this is a dark matter. Again, between the earth. Now what is the role of the earth? Role of the earth and what you and I are. You know in your own brain, how you and I think. What creates good wishes or the desires, the thoughts, is the patterns which the neurons form in our brain. That is what is causing us to think. And the neurons will never know that for whom they are working, and by their coming together as a pattern, how it is going to, what it is happening in the other side of it. Now if neurons are coming together and forming a certain pattern, and we feel a particular visual thinking, okay, the two are totally disconnected. So similarly, we humans on this earth are like those neurons on this planet Earth, which we all network together and we meet together and we create patterns. And with these patterns, okay, the other world, the world which of whose brain we are, the Ganesha is the brain system of that world which is called Shiva, the dark matter. Okay. And this is how it is being connected. This is how the thing is being connected. The neurons which we are over here, I think that suddenly you will find it difficult to absorb it. But once you go into my book in a detail, you will find it in a more detailed way. So this is what I am trying to say. This is what Shiva is. And this Shiva is such a complex figure. He is such a complex situation that it was not possible to explain in a single model. Therefore, they had to use another model. They had to use two models to explain it. And what is the other model? Just please put it on. Shiva's brain represents Ganesha, the earth-moon system. Blue throat is cosmic medium, the space. And I said the space is poisonous, is non-habitable, shown by way of snake. The snake, the space is poisonous for human. Rudraksha is star network. And W is cosmic rhythm. This also I will explain to you in one of my next these things. Okay, let's go to the next one. Go to the next one. Okay. See, as I said that this is the another Shiva, that is what is shown as the Nataraja. Now what does Nataraja means? When you say Nataraja, is again very aggressively dancing. Okay. Again has got a tiger skin, aggressively dancing. Now what is the meaning of why they have to show him as that? In one place they are showing him in Samadhi position, and in the other position they are showing it in an aggressively dancing position. Now what does dancing mean? Dancing means two things. One is you are rotating around yourself. In a dance, what do? You rotate around yourself and then you move around. So you move and rotate. This is nothing but your revolution and rotation of any celestial body. Okay, the earth is rotating, the earth is also revolving around sun. So there are two motions, and the two motions are represented by way of dance. And these fireballs which are shown are nothing but the sun. If you go to Meenakshi temple, you will find that in Meenakshi temple, you will find this picture with all those lamps lit over there. And these lamps which are lit over here are the ones which are creating the suns, which they symbolically they are trying to show as the suns. Okay. And the two between them, now this is the Shiva Lingam. This is the actual body of the dark matter which is lying in the north pole of the universe. And this matter has got a connection with the earth. Now why they are trying to show this? Why are we trying to give water to this Shiva Lingam? Is to be understood. See, that pot is never shown as dark. The pot is always shown in metal color, in some shining color, because that is earth. That is representing earth. And earth has got water. And water has got connection with them, and that connection is being trying to show by way of water droplets. Okay. How, supposing somebody has to show a connection between this and the earth, how would they show? Will they draw a thread? How would they show? So they are showing it with the help of the water. Okay, go to the next. We are almost coming to the close now. See, this is 200 plus pages. I am trying to explain in 20 minutes, and therefore I have to be little. Okay, swastika, spiral, Milky Way galaxy. Okay, open this. Now see, this is the spiral Milky Way galaxy. And if you see the body over here, you find, okay, open this, go forward. Okay, that is converted into swastika. So the galactic movement, the movement of the galaxy itself is swastika, which our Rishi Munis have given without the knowledge, without knowing at that time. These galactic pictures have been taken only in the last 50-60 years. But the Rishis have talked about swastika long before. Okay, go to the next. Okay, we talk about Om. I am going to share with you that how the rhythm of Om is coming out from the black hole. Okay, and this is analyzed by NASA, and it is from the NASA's website we have taken it. This is the sound. This is the sound which has been filtered by NASA. can see it on their website. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have got Trishul. Now this is nothing but, just like every VVVIP has got a pilot vehicle going in front. And then, because everything should smoothen out, there should not be any obstacles on the way. Therefore, a pilot vehicle goes there. This Trishul is something like this. Okay, it is, we have got the Shiva, the Shivling, which is the main vehicle, which is the main VVIP body in the space. And Shivling, this Trishul is the one which is more like, it's more like a laser. Just get the other thing started. So this is nothing but a pulsar star which is following this body, and the sound which creates, just repeat that sound. Now, as I said that I want to explain to you what Rudraksh is. Rudraksh is nothing but the beads जिसकी एक माला बनाई जाती है, okay? And if you see the actual Rudraksh, it is spherical, but it is not even. It is spherical, but it is not even. वो even नहीं होता है, लेकिन spherical in overall shape में spherical होता है. Okay. Now, if you see any of these bodies, okay, you find none of the bodies like even Earth. This could be on Earth. It has got mountains, it has got peaks, it has got valleys, it has got craters, all sort of things. Therefore, the surface is not absolutely smooth. Even if you see moon, if you see from here, you find smooth. But if you go closer to it, you find all these valleys, peaks, craters, and they are not smooth. And that is basically what Rudraksh Mala is all about. And this Rudraksh Mala is all around Shiva's neck and everywhere. Because all these celestial bodies, all these galactic bodies, where are they all lying? They are lying in the space, and they are all part of the Shiva area. Okay. So this is, I wanted to show that what you see is this. Actually, it is this. And if you take a very close view, it is this. Okay. Let's go next. We come to the conclusion. Hindu mythology forms a symbolic representation of deeper cosmic laws, the actual science, space, cosmic laws and principles. Okay. Understanding the hidden principles behind symbolism removes confusion. The confusion which is there among our young, because they are puzzled with the deities, the figures, this thing, they feel it's all theoretical, it is all fictional. Okay, it takes away all that. Interpreting these symbols through scientific logic helps the educated ones to understand the roots of their cultural and spiritual heritage with pride. Okay. Okay, now we have mentioned over here, thank you for spreading the message, but I must tell you one thing. That this book is written with great passion, with the idea that let the young generation know the reason why all these deities are created. Okay. So that they have a reason to explain to their friends, to other things, and not get swayed out by other people saying, "Arey, aisa kaisa hota hai, ye kya hota hai." So this idea, I have this book, which I would, for me, this is not a business. For me, this is a philanthropy. Okay. I have been giving these books. My first consignment of 300 books is going to one trust. Okay. What we have done is that we have given that the chairman of the trust has given his own foreword, which we have put in this, which he will be giving it in all his areas, so that, and this book can also be donated. Okay. If there is somebody's birthday, go and give this as a gift instead of giving some other material gift. Okay, give this book as a gift. Let the people in the house know. Okay. Give this book on the anniversary. Okay, let them at least tell their children what all these words are all about. So if you can give about 100 books and more, okay, he'll be giving it free for you. And then, supposing what Ms. Swamiji had, if he said that he would like to have about 300 books, 400 books, I am ready to give it. And I don't need any money out of it. Whatever money you are able to generate out of giving these books to others as a donation, okay, it will be my deep donation to your fund. Okay. So, for me, what is most important is spreading the awareness about our gods which are there. And I would expect that you all be our ambassadors, you all be our good ambassadors who will carry forward this idea and take it forward to the world. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Friends, I think he deserves a larger round of applause for the thought and for the energy of standing here and presenting it to you for 20 minutes. Summarizing this talk a little, I've been asked to do that, so I'll do my little bit. Universe is technology based, controlling and monitoring systems. We don't realize. Okay, we breathe, we don't know the science behind it. There's so much happening and we are absolutely blind to it, and we're just doing our bit and thinking we are the most important in this world. This just opens eyes and makes you think, who are we? The Kerala story he spoke about, I thought it was only my marriage to a Keralite that he's talking about all these years. Very recently I've realized that the book has come out because of a different Kerala story. Hinduism comes from Vedas. Okay, it's as historic as that and beautifully explained mythology into science. So that's a great learning. Lord Ganesha, now I look at him as sun, as earth and moon. 5 heads of Gayatri Mata as 5 different roles that we play, maybe 10 also, and so on, and we are different to each role. So how beautifully that's been brought out. Shiva as a dark matter, as we also call him the destroyer, and so 85% of space is dark, and that's where we value light. Swastika as the movement of galaxy, Om the sound and the beginning of creation, and the Sudarshan Mala, which is the Rudraksh. So beautifully put. It interests me even more to go back and read the book once again. And thank you so much for this. And may I now request Shobha Pillai Kutino ma'am, a media professional and CEO of Midnight Media Solutions, to come back and take the mic from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mona, and that was truly insightful and thought-provoking. And now we move on to the most awaited moment of this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we now arrive at the official unveiling of the secret of the universe. I would like... I would like to request our distinguished dignitaries, our chief guests and guest of honor, and all our special guests out here, kindly remain seated as arranged. I will call upon each one, or I'll just give a signal. We will just unveil the book. The book is kept inside the brown cover. We'll have to just remove the book and we will just unveil the book, and that's how we go about it. Okay? And we'll share the knowledge to the world, whatever. On my count of... Sir, where do you go?
So let the book be inside the cover, and on one it should all be out. We didn't want threads and all that going around.
Can we all stand then so that we can have a good picture as well? Nisha, do you want to come this side? Please come this side. Huh? Okay, may I have everybody out here, because if it's convenient for them to take the picture. We need louder applause. Many, many congratulations to the author. So congratulations, and we are so proud to have you among us. We will just request our distinguished guests to share their thoughts and good wishes of the secrets of the universe. May I please request Dr. S.S. Mantha to please come and say a few words. Yeah, you can say it from there itself. Yes, Mr. Mantha.
Yeah. First of all, good morning, Baldev Krishnji Sharma, Ram Maheshwari, whom I know for a long time, and who said that I should be coming here.
He's a very
Shobha
close
Pillai.
friend of mine. Yeah. Thank you.
And all other invited guests. I am honored and privileged to be invited by the Astrogenesis Research Foundation for the launch of the book, Secrets of Universe, related through Hindu gods, symbols, signs and sounds, written by Baldev Krishnji. And in an age where there is an overload of information, misinformation most of the times, this book, I'm sure, will place a few ideas in the right perspective. I, by profession, I'm an engineer, and I teach AI, robotics, and control theory. So I'm way out from this, the subject for the day. I'm still a student. I'm trying to understand from a science perspective how it works. So while going through the book, I had picked up a few of the points that the book refers. So whatever, and these are my thoughts based on whatever I have tried to see within the book, and also try relating it to some of the ideas that we try to portray. Now I believe the
just
attempt.
wanted to butt in here. I think we introduced Mr. S.S. Mantha as Vice Chancellor, but he is Chancellor of Nagpur University.
Thank you.
Just wanted to correct. Thank you.
And professionally, I was the chairman of All India Council for Technical Education. So I was a regulator by profession. So these are. So I believe the attempt to understand the secrets of the universe through Hindu gods, symbols, signs, and sounds. I'll just take about 10 to 12 minutes. So bear with
We
me.
can just restrict it to at least 10 minutes. It'll be 5 minutes. It will be better because
Yeah.
I think we are running short of time. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Symbols, signs, and sounds. And this is not merely a poetic or mythological exercise. And it's a philosophical framework developed over millions of years within the traditions of Hinduism, as you have rightly said. And I also don't believe that this is a separation of science, spirituality, and cosmology. Rather, it integrates into a unified vision of existence, which again you have tried to say. Universe is not seen as a random assembly of matter, but as a conscious, vibrating reality expressed through several devatas that you have said. They are and symbols, yantra, sound, mantra, and pattern, which is chihna. So through these, you try to explain. Now, each of these elements encodes layers of meaning that, when interpreted together, offer profound insights into the nature of reality. At the core of the idea lies Brahman, the infinite, formless reality that's the source of everything. And the universe in that sense is not separate from the divine. So that's the spiritual part of it. And this is expressed through Ishavasyamidam Sarvam Yakkincha Jagatyam Jagat. Everything in this universe, Jagatyam Jagat, moving or static, is overseen by the divine. So we have spiritual base, and from there we try to explain these things. So one of the foundational ideas which you have also said is Om, which comes through. Ityetat aksharamidam sarvam. Om is everything. Om is made of the comes out of universe. It makes the universe. And in this view, existence itself is the vibration. And all of you, the science students at least, must have studied or referred to Schumann resonance. 7.83 hertz is the frequency at which the earth vibrates. It breathes. It's also called breathing of the earth. And it happens along it's because of the electromagnetic vibration. And it happens between the surface of the earth and the ionosphere. And the Schumann resonance, people have tried to, figure out the noise that comes out, and you showed some reference to it. There's another significance of that. The human brain also has multiple layers. It has alpha layer, it has beta layer, it has gamma layer, it has theta layer, and so on. And this 7.82 hertz, it sits between the alpha and the theta layer of the brain. So 7.83 hertz is extremely important from a human perspective as well. And what happens is, if a human body also has a natural frequency. Every living body has a natural frequency. And the natural frequency is, in mathematical terms, we define it as root of stiffness upon mass. This is a scientific principle. Now, what is stiffness? It is P upon delta. P is the load, delta is the deflection. So if some load is applied to a body, it deflects. Human body also, if there is a load applied, it deflects. Not in physical terms, but in a mental state. So the natural frequency, which is a function of stiffness and mass at denominator, is the natural frequency. And every human body has some natural frequency. You have some natural frequency, I have some natural frequency. Now, having said that, there is an applied forcing frequency, because of external conditions, because of stress factors. I may be very angry at some time, things like that. So there is a forced frequency. Now, if this natural frequency and forced frequency become same, resonance occurs, similar to Schumann resonance, and the human body can fail. It can break. So therefore, the natural frequency must be very, very high of a human body, which means the numerator must be very high, the human body must become very tough, and the mass of the body must reduce. So when you go to a doctor, he says your body mass index is very high, you keep reducing that, but you make it tough. So your body must become tough. So that's the principle there. So I'll not go through a lot of things which are very interesting. So if you train your body to breathe, your breathing exercise, if you can modulate at 7.83 hertz, then your ability to sleep will improve, your ability to comprehend will improve, and your general ability towards life the quality of life will improve. And all that is based on the Schumann frequency that we are talking about. So finally, just give me a minute here. The central message is both simple and profound, and the universe is within us as much as we are within the universe. And by exploring our inner world through awareness, our self-consciousness, our there are several sensors in the body which will tell you your awareness, your presence, and so on. Meditation and reflection, we begin to uncover some truths that govern the nature and the cosmos, which we try to reflect here. The secrets are not locked away in distant stars. They resonate in every symbol, they resonate in every sound and every moment of awareness, waiting to be discovered. With that, I end my tribute to a book that I am sure will add value to the available knowledge of a subject that's often misunderstood. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really insightful. Thank you very much. May I invite Madhu Shah? I don't need to introduce her. She's a celebrated film actor known for her iconic role in Rosa and admired for her grace and artistic legacy. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Baldevji. I was wondering, and my children were wondering, that on my birthday, on Ram Navami, where we do pujas, we go to the temple, and my birthday, my children are here. For last 8 years, they were in London, and they are here. They are sitting at home, and I'm here. So when I said I'm going here, everyone asked me, why would you accept something like that? But there's a reason why I'm here. Had it been a film event today, had it been a fashion event today, I would definitely very gracefully would have said thank you very much, but not today. Today it's my family day. It's my day with the gods. But I'm here because I truly believe that I needed to be here. I have always followed one thing in my life. I don't know what I'm meant to do. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, but there's always a calling. Someone always knocks at my door, and the choice is mine whether I want to accept that or not. That's my only choice. So my yeses are very important to me. And this yes is very important because my whole interest in life is what is life I don't understand. I've been taught, I'm a Brahmin. From the time I've born, I've listened to the mantras, chanting, homam. My father used to shout at me and we used to be made to sit and pray, but I did not understand why we were doing. I was praying, I say Durga Shaptasati, but I don't know Sanskrit, I've never studied. Then I started reading, and that's when I wanted to know the science behind religion. So in my own way, I read a lot of podcasts, I read a lot of material to understand. And in the beginning, I would always tell myself, I am not religious, I'm spiritual. That used to be my argument with my Brahminical, puritanical father and family. Then I understood that spirituality and religion is the same thing. It is not exclusive, it's inclusive of each other. When we sit and pray every day, there's a discipline. If you understand what is written in this book, and that is why I came for that knowledge, I wanted to know that why are we praying to Shiva and those 80,000 gods that we pray to, and what is it? Then I somehow, in my own way, understood that these gods represent life and energy and the sun, Sandhya Vandanam, and all that. I slowly started understanding why we are not supposed to eat after 6 o'clock. And these are not dogmas that are just enforced and told by my father. There is science behind it. And when I chant Durga Shaptasati and I didn't know the meaning, I was just chanting. But now I know that that very prayer and those 13 adhyayas that I say, that it says, Dumrakshasya cha mardini, Chand, I'm sorry, I'm losing it right now, but basically it says that every time it says mardini or this vadan, Chanda Munda Vinashini, it's all about those human, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but what I've understood from my Guruji is that the anger that we have, we are praying that we are able to control that anger, that confusion that we have in the Chanda Munda Vinashini, so that we are able to have clarity in our thoughts. Dhumrakshasya mardini is supposed to be that you are not lazy anymore. This is what was explained to me. When I understood that what that prayer meant, I pray every day, knowing what I'm asking for from the universe. And knowing that this book is going to enlighten me in the presence of this wonderful author, almost like a Guruji, I said, this is my birthday present to me. I went to the temple, I kissed my children, and I came here to enlighten myself, and this is my birthday present. It's not an event I'm attending for my dear friend Shobha. It's something that I came to gain an understanding. So next time when I'm praying to Lord Ganesha or to Lord Shiva, I know what I'm actually connecting with. I already started understanding the science, but I wanted to be educated by expert Guruji. So thank you so much. This morning has been wonderful. Thank you, Shobha, for yet again giving me the most amazing opportunity. It was a very special morning. And thank you, sir, for your I know Shobha was on your head. You couldn't really give your full understanding, but I did gather the lot of those vibrations, and I know why we do the Mool Mantra. I know what is the difference of Bij Mantra, and all of those, as you are within, that is a reflection of the life. I'm trying to grapple with those ideas, so it's wonderful to meet experts like you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madhu. That was really, really insightful, and we just loved your understanding about the book, the author, and the reason behind the book launch as well. Thank you. May I invite Nisha Jambwal? She's a well-known social influencer, columnist, brand strategist, shaping conversation across lifestyle and culture. Nisha, may I welcome you to say a few words here.
Good morning. I'm Nisha Jambal, and I'm really happy to be here today. Thank you, Shobha, for including me. You always do such wonderful mornings which have meaning and which have cynosure. I'm here because I believe that the Hindu religion goes back eons and civilizations. And it is one of the most powerful philosophies that any human being, whether they're in America, whether they are in Japan, can live by. It is not a religion where I come from and where I look at it. It's a philosophy of life. And through all the challenges and through all the rapids that I may have seen in my life, of which I've seen many, I think our religion bolsters and takes us to such great highs that we know there is something very magical. And I think each and every one of us sitting here today, each and every one of us in India, is very lucky to belong to such a historic, such a deep civilization as the Hindu religion, as the Hindu civilization, as India. During COVID, a lot of us felt cloistered in our homes, but I didn't. I took the opportunity of doing a diploma in the Bhagavad Gita, and I'd like to share that I topped in India. It was one of the most magical journeys that I went through, and that's why in the middle of his presentation, I asked him, does your book question the presence of the Almighty or all the Almighties that we pray to? And there are many questions that I have, Baldev ji. Your name has Baldev and Krishna in it, both of whom are very important in my journey. I am looking forward to go through it with a little more alacrity. I am looking forward to a dialogue with you. I am deeply entrenched in the Hindu philosophy and the religion. But I have one request to each and everyone sitting here and each and everyone in this country, that we don't take our Hinduism for granted. It is one of the most meaty journeys that we can go through. And you took out from Kerala stories one thing, I took out another. What I took out of the Kerala stories is that each and every one of us has to become an ambassador, somebody who carries the message of our philosophy to the world. Because if we don't, we will lose it. And that is why books like this are so important. Because while I may or may not agree with some of the premises, I do feel that we have to delve, we have to learn, we have to speak about our religion. Otherwise, like he said, there is a point in the book where a woman tells the other woman in her dormitory, why are you a Hindu? You must immediately become a Muslim because you have elephant gods and one of your gods has so many thousands of wives, he's unfaithful. There is a reason that Krishna has that. Those are actually his devotees who have taken birth again as his gopis. So there's a philosophy behind each and everything in Hinduism. I think the onus is upon us to delve deeper like he has and go into the philosophy and read books that are bona fide and, understand the religion rather than sitting and waxing eloquent like that girl did in the hostel. And sure enough, the girl she was trying to convert did convert. Because she sat and thought, oh my God, there's an elephant-headed God, and there's a man, Krishna, who's married so many, he's unfaithful. So it's very important, it's incumbent upon each and every one of us to carry our message of the most ancient civilization and the Vedas and the Upanishads, and most importantly, the Bhagavad Gita, of which I donate thousands to schools. Because sadly, only in this country, within our own Hinduism, within Hindustan, we are not allowed to study the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Bhagavad Gita in our schools. And all of us know the book of Job and the book of Psalms because we studied in Christian schools. So I'm not denigrating. I think it's very important to know every religion. But we are, at the end of the day, Hindus. So let's celebrate our religion. Let's celebrate Hindustan and India. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nisha. That was really, really so beautiful. And actually, the author's intention is to ensure that this book goes to each and every household in India. So it's a big task for us, but that's something which we are going to initiate. And Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. May I invite Mr. Dr. Is he here? Dr. Paranspe is here? No. Dr. Barbe is here? Okay. May I invite Mr. Arvind Paranspe? No. May I invite Shripat Bibi Vishnu Devata Maharaj to come and say a few words. Thank you.
गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाये तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. First of all, offer my humble obeisances at the lotus feet of my eternal spiritual master, Nityala Prishthayat Guru Shishman Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, all the trendy sannyasis and Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, all the devotees of Lord Krishna, and all the followers of Sanatan Dharma who are gathered here. I am very happy to attend this presentation because I am also MTech from IIT Kharagpur, so I have some scientific bent of mind, and our author of this book, Shri Baldev Kishanji, is also has scientific bent of mind, and he is a recipient of President's Award for electronic technology. So definitely it's a very thought-provoking book, and Shripad Dandi Maharaj, who is a computer security scientist in NASA, who is heading our institution, executive president of our Sri Ranganath Gaudiya Math, he always talks about the science and spirituality, they go hand in hand. And in fact, I am planning actually to read this book very carefully. I am also going to send this book to Shripad Dandi Maharaj, and we want to distribute these books because conversion, and because we are thinking that Sanatan Dharma is maybe, there is one Samiti in India that is called Andhashraddha Nirmulan Samiti. But basically, Andhashraddha and Shraddha, there are two different things. Shraddha is rooted in science. Vede Ramane Chava Purane Bharate Tata Adav Madhye Cha Ante Cha Hari Sarvatra Giyate. In the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, everywhere the glories of Lord Hari are sung. Especially, I was thinking about Ekadashi, because today is Ram Navami as per Smartha Vidhi, tomorrow is as per Vaishnava Vidhi. So our fast will be tomorrow. We will not take till 12 o'clock anything, grains or beans, tomorrow till 12 o'clock. Maybe I will take some fruit prasadam in the morning and evening. Then on 29th, we will be fasting from grains and beans for Ekadashi. Because what is Ekadashi? On the day of Ekadashi, all the sins enter the grains. Sins of killing mother, father, brother, sister. Varam samatra gamanam, varam gomam sabhakshanam, varam hatya surapanam, Ekadashyat anna bhakshanam. All the sins enter the grains. So maybe next time, I will request the author also to write a special book about the holy days, the holy festivals, about Ram Navami, Janmashtami, the significance of them from his research brain, because he has actually he has a scientific bent of mind, and I think he's empowered by Krishna, Lord Krishna, because at this time of life he has attained so much success in financial sector, but still he has spiritual bent of mind, and he's spending his intelligence, which is also given by Krishna, for meditation on Krishna and the deities. So, but in year 2016, a Nobel Prize was given in the field of physiology to Dr. Yoshinori Yosumi, who showed that in our stomach goes a process called autophagy. Autophagy is the process by dead cells are recycled. And in 2018, another Nobel Prize was given for research on immunotherapy. So cancer is nullified by fasting on the day of Ekadashi. I think our religion has so many scientific concepts. I thank you, all of you, for attending this, and you are all, I think, followers of Sanatan Dharma, and let's walk hand in hand and preach this philosophy to everyone in the nook and corner of the world. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Prithvite Achata Nagradi Grama Sarvatra Prachara Haive Mor Namo. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they had predicted that everyone will learn the Bengali language, because most important scriptures are written in Bengali language. I think so. Sabai Bangla Shikben, Kano Mane Anex Boigoli Bangla Ache. And another thing is that Kerala, because we started with Kerala story, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's from Bengal, visited Kerala, he found two important books. One is Krishna Karnamrut, other was the Brahma Samhita, the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. 100 chapters, there are 100 chapters in Brahma Samhita, but 99 had disappeared. Only 5th chapter he could recover. That explains the cosmology of the world. Goloka namni jadhamni talecha tasya devi mahesh haridhama suteshu teshu tete prabhava nichya vita sena govinda maripurusham tamam bhajami. So that's why this whole India is actually one part, and the whole world was actually one part. So we are thankful to the author for bringing us all together. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhashya kripa sindhuvasya vargana pavanavesya.
May I invite Mr. Aditya Chatterjee, Ad Factors PR, writer, author, and evolution of gods. So may I please invite you for a minute.
Hello and thank you everybody. Thank you Baldev. So I have gone through his book. He asked my opinion. So some very interesting theories are there in this book, like the way he has interpreted various gods and the symbols. I too have written a book. It is called The Evolution of Our Gods. Now evolution, as we know, is a scientific term. Charles Darwin is associated with that. And gods is all about faith. So what I have done in this book is, I have looked at the Vedas, I have looked at the Puranas, I have looked at the Sthala Puranas, which is the typical South Indian mythological stories, and then I have looked at history, history that historians write and talk about, not WhatsApp history. Then it's archaeology and photographs. So the book chronicles the story of how the religions in India, our religions, so therefore our gods, religions developed in India. So how Vaishnav religion, for example, developed, the Genesis, how Shaivism developed, how the worship of the goddess developed. So in India, for example, in ancient India, there were 5 major religious orders. Okay, so we have the goddess, we have the Shiva, we have Vishnu, and you have Ganapati and you have Surya. So I have explained how each of these religious orders first originated, developed, and kept on changing. This is what the book is about. So it's another take. It's available on Amazon. You can have a look and you can share your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chatterjee. May I now invite Mr. Giridharan Gopala Ratnam, Chief General Manager of Reserve Bank of India.
respected author and Guruji from now on, Shobha and dear friends. I have always felt that wisdom comes when you see something different in the obvious. You see stones, but the moment you can identify a diamond from the stone, that is when knowledge and wisdom comes. We were looking at all these symbols throughout our lives, the Ganesha, or Shiva, or the Vishnu statue. I've been seeing them all my life. But after reading the book, I began to see them, view them, and think of them in a different light. And that's where the knowledge is beginning to seep in. This book, I liked a lot of things in this book because it has a wide sweep. Cosmology, astronomy, spirituality, science, mythology. I mean, the sweep is religion, the sweep is just endless and keeps on going. But what I liked most about the author was what he has written in page 3 of this book. And that is most inspirational to me. He writes in page 3, I do not wish to say that any point of thoughts are right or wrong. I have an audience for every school of thought. This is the humility that the author displays, and with humility only comes knowledge. I think there's a Sanskrit saying, Vidya dadati vinayam. The more knowledgeable you are, the more humble you are. And I can see the humility in this author, and for that very reason, I think we should be here to pay him a tribute. And one very interesting thing about the book is what I see in page 115 of the book. I had always been taught, and I had read that from the Nabi of Vishnu comes a lotus, and from that lotus comes Brahma. That's what we all thought. But the author presents a different viewpoint. He says from Brahma came Vishnu. And he has given a logic also to that particular thing, the logic of pairing of opposites and all. Of course, I will not go into that detail. But that also gave me an attraction towards the book. I am an expert in psychology. So what I thought, I have already written 2 books, and I'm in the midst of a 3rd book. The first one was a murder mystery. The second one is a translation of an autobiography of a cricket commentator. The third is on cricket psychology. But now, taking inspiration from the author, I'm going to write a book on psychosymbology. And I'll just take 1 minute to describe. If you want to manifest something, the manifestation comes through visualization of a symbol. Like if you want wealth, start trying to visualize Goddess Lakshmi. The more you do that, you will be able to manifest wealth. You want strength, then let's visualize the Trishul or Goddess Durga, then you will get the strength. So I'll be writing 1 book on this psychosymbology. And the other thing I also want to mention, which is not there in the book, but it's very interesting, the science of memory. In the science, as a psychological expert, I'll tell you, memory, for getting better memory, we say 3 things should be done. You should remember things in symbols. Those symbols should be interesting, and they should be connected in a unique manner. Now look at the example that the author gave, and it is there in this book. Now, if somebody asks me which side is the Earth's axis, I'll be confused. Is it clockwise? Is it anti-clockwise? But look at the way here. Very unusually, you have an elephant and a boy. It's very unusual. And the trunk points this way. Now, keeping that in mind, I will now know that the Earth's rotation is always counter-cyclical. That is how you tend to remember most things. So this book has also taught us about the symbology of mnemonics, something which I will also probably dwell upon when I try to do. But the more I'll read this, I'm sure the more I'll be inspired. Thank you very much for calling me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May I just invite Mr. Umesh Rathod? Innovation Manager for AICTE, Ministry of Education, GOI. It's Government of India, right? Yeah.
Namaste, sir. To all the dignitaries who are attending this August session, Jai Shri Ram to all of you. Happy Ram Navami. Sir, as a kid, we had, we were a kid once and we were curious to know a lot of answers why our parents are making us do certain things. And even today we question that. I have twins now and I, assume they will be starting to ask these questions to me, that why we pour water on shoveling or certain processes which are mentioned in Sanatan Dharma. And I think we all have been explorers also. We also dwelled upon asking these questions ourselves. Why I am doing this? Why I have to go to certain places? Why I have to do certain things on certain day and time and all, which many of the religions, I don't think so, do it that well. For example, sir mentioned about the place. Mickey Mehta sir mentioned in his initial talk that why certain places are having certain energy spots. When we go over there, we feel that, okay, like we are feeling a sense of energy over here, sitting over here in this room. So likewise, when we go to a temple, when we go to ISKCON temple, when we sit and meditate, we get some kind of a sense of energy. And that vibrations. Sir was also talking about certain frequencies, the vibrations which are required for human body to, sustain better on this planet. There are certain lessons on, how important the Sanatan Dharma and how the lessons of Rishi Munis and Vedas impact. I was talking to one of the startup founders because I dwell in startups and entrepreneurship space. They recently bought a space in a building, and I was talking about the Vastu, and some of the other people also talked about it, why the Vastu is important. So I gave an example of Mahabharata, the 18-day war, and what all things happened in that war, and how already certain things were known to Lord Krishna. And people might question कि श्री कृष्ण को सब कुछ पता होते हुए भी महाभारत युद्ध होने क्यों दिया? पता ही था कि सबका अंत होगा या विनाश होगा. तो उसमें एक चीज आती है कि सबके लिए सब कुछ सुनिश्चित था. किसी को वरदान था, किसी को शाप था. और उसमें एक चीज आती है कि एक किसी को मिला था वरदान कि ना आपको दिन में मारा जा सकता है, ना आपको रात में मारा जा सकता है. Right? And you will see the beauty of it, that in Mahabharata, it was placed at certain point in the city of Kurukshetra, the place where there was a solar eclipse. It was predefined. It was pre-planned. It was pre-envisioned. That will happen. The war will happen. And on this day, the person who has got the boon will be killed because of his kukarma by the person who has got the boon to kill that person in that specific time period. So when the bugles or the Shankhnad was done, because solar eclipse आ गया, सबको लगा युद्ध खत्म हो गया है. Shankhnad बज गया, युद्ध खत्म हो गया, सबको लगा, and that person was restless. अब कुछ नहीं होगा, अब बज गए हैं, आज का दिन समाप्त हो. And that's the time when Lord Krishna says, this is the time, this is the minimum time which you have got to kill that person. And then he does it. And then sun comes out and everyone thinks, so what has happened? So, universe is itself such a vast thing. Sir, you have brought it in 200 pages. It's an incredible task. Moreover, the lessons which this book will do is, it will ask the youth to question. And I think that's the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, that we allow questioning. We allow questioning and pondering upon what our rishis and Upanishads have, talked about. And I think that dialogue is required to open up in the ecosystem where AI is coming, new technologies are coming in, and which have their own biases. How to kill those biases by self-questioning. I think that is the most interesting thing this book will do, sir, in the ecosystem. And secondly, not only for the youth, of the parents also who have been, passed on that knowledge and still wondering why we are doing certain things. The other important aspect, which I would like to highlight upon is, this. So I also have some notions around. I also think on why we pray Kailash mountain. Why the Kailash mountain has so much of reverence, and not only in Hinduism but in Tibetan ecosystem, Jainism also. So when you look at Mount Kailash, and we call Shiva the Jatadhari, the Ganga, flowing from the mountains and being picturized. If you look at from the top, when you Google it on the Google map, you will see it's a place, it's a pindi. And Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, Sir has mentioned it in the book. It's a pindi. And you will see how the snow is on the top of it. It's always covered in snow. So wherever you have a shivling, it's a representation of that very much place where we come from. When we don't pour anything, we pour milk. That showcases maybe the snow, which is there, which is always there and forever flowing from the top. And wherever we are taking that shivling, and I was in Berlin, there was a shivling over there as well. So someone from Sri Lanka created that temple, but the symbolization of that process, it shows I come from this place, because at some point of time, many thousands of years ago, we did not have common language to explain where we belong. Right? So I thank you, sir, for this amazing work which you have done, which will open up a lot of doors for people to question, to understand, to explore what Sanatan Dharma is. And once again, wish all the ambassadors of Sanatan Dharma, Jai Shri Ram, and happy Ram Navami to all of them.
Thank you, Mr. Rathod. Thank you. We just will have last two speakers. I know all are looking already tired or all with full of information on Hindu mythology. So we'll just take the last two speakers. May I invite Ms. Nirmala Samant. She's a social activist and a former mayor of Mumbai. Nirmala ji, you can talk from there only. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello. May I first of all thank you for giving me such a wonderful opportunity, not to this one, but to listen to the author. I met him before. I'm humbled. When you came for explanations and all that, there will be a lot of, after I read the book more in detail, I think it will be more interesting to have a dialogue with you. And of course, Shobha ma'am, everybody over here is an expert, and whoever have spoken a very good, they have given that thought process. It's worth listening and understanding. Of course, difference of opinion is a aspect of intellect. When we talk about intellect, that means we don't accept everything blindly, but we question, and questioning is very important sign of intellect. So my questions have been answered by you, because you being having mastery in cosmology and then universe, and you have brought everything. I believe in scientific temperament. So we have been always taught in school, at home and everywhere to question scientifically and not accepting anything which is just be, blindfolded. We should not be there. And you have given good explanation which is having a scientific temperament, as you also said, sir. The way of looking at Hindu gods and symbols and science have been revealed to me. The way, so I will read the book again. Only thing I'm a bit worried, because it should not be, misused by people who are, andhabhakt or andhashraddha. Should not be there. Superstition should not be there. Politicization should not be there, because these things have caused more damage to the religions rather than, giving more meaning to it. So we should be little bit away from politicizing it. We should be away from superstitions, and we should stick to a scientific temperament which gives a beautiful explanation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirmala ji. Thank you very much. So we will have Radhika Radhia, media professionalist and mythologist. She will say a few words, followed by Mr. A.P. Jayaraman. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think I'm the only one who represents a large student community, because I gave up my job when I realized that the more the world is hurtling forward, I find myself getting drawn more and more towards the ancient times, because I think our seers had a lot of amazing observations and they kind of figured things out. I think we're a very lost bunch, and I think it just helps to go back to the basics. So I dedicate my life to studying ancient Indian knowledge, sharing this knowledge. We're a community of students who all somehow the universe has just conspired and brought us together to learn these subjects, to make sure that we try and spread it to, there's a really large number of people, like Baldevji said, that we're not aware of a lot of things, and I think it just helps being aware of, where we come from, what does this all mean for us. The universe is always giving us signs and symbols, and if we can tap into it, if we can see it around us, then I think it just simplifies life for us. So this is what I do. I will be taking you up on your offer to sharing this book with our community of students of the subject, and let's share it to wherever and whoever wants it. Thank you so much.
May we have Dr. Jayaraman to say a few words? Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shobha. I bring relief to all of you as the last speaker. I come from Kerala, the lunatic asylum which Vivekananda said. So I'm a bit mad. And I'm a scientist, nuclear scientist, having taken place in my own place in the Pokhran experiments. I spent 40 years in nuclear energy and 60 years teaching science to the people science movement. Now I am here at this moment for a wonderful experiment. I would like to get the MRI of Baldev Krishna Sharma. The reason is simple and clear as a nuclear scientist. It's not called MRI, it's called nuclear magnetic resonance imaging. The word nuclear we dropped to sell MRI, because the word you hear nuclear, you don't want to do it. So this became MRI, not nuclear MRI. If I take a MRI of my great friend, I will find a great sociological experiment and a great psychological experiment. There's a cognitive dissonance in all of us. We know a bit of science and we have a bit of faith. We are trying to reconcile the two. And we are trying to reconcile the faith in us with the science we have acquired. And many of us find it exceptionally difficult. That is called cognitive dissonance. So to solve the problem of cognitive dissonance, he has been attempting, and here is a product before us. So the goods and services which he has produced, I would like to analyze from the brain waves, alpha, beta, theta, and also the MRI profile of yours, which will give me an idea about the cognitive dissonance you have been able to resolve by yourself. So the entire humanity is now concerned with the cognitive dissonance. When I talk to my grandsons, the language is different, the grammar is different. I am not able to understand them. Even the very nuclear physics I studied 40, 60 years ago is very different. He is speaking to me about the electron as a transistor, whereas I was doing vacuum tubes. So you find there is, so like this I want to ask the question, where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? And where is the knowledge we have lost in information? And where is the information we have lost in data? That's where the world has come to. So the only solution I want to do is, as a scientist, I would like to get his MRI and see whether that gives me any input for a possible solution, the cognitive dissonance which all of us are suffering from. And I must thank all the beautiful minds here, each and every one of you, who with laser focused attention came here, listened to, each one has to contribute. So we are observers and participants in a great intellectual, sociological experiment. And thank you for all of you for being with us for these moments. Thank you.
Professor Jayaraman, once you do the MRI, as a psychologist, I do a psychological studies.
I would like to have some neurophysiological attempt into that.
Thank you very much, Jayaraman sir. Yeah, so we'll have next thing in 2-3 steps. So first we will just cut a cake for Madhu, her birthday today. So sir has been very, very kind enough, and he said that we have to do this honor. Yeah.
Please come. I would like to, just a thought came. Like, how you go to a lovely mountain area and breathe the air and see suddenly, all the oxygen and you feel fresh and you say, I'm feeling amazing. Then you come to a very polluted atmosphere and you don't do anything. By just being there, you feel you're being harmed and it's horrible and you feel sick. In the same way, when you're in a room such as this, I'm not educated like any of you great brains here, but just by being here, listening to all of you, I was just listening to how beautifully Nisha spoke, her choice of words, and all of you spoke, and sir, you spoke, and of course the author. I just feel that I breathed that intelligence and wisdom by just being So I did hear paid attention to every word in front of you, sir. I'm harmless.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Madhu. Happy birthday to you.
And we also have one tradition of saying Gayatri Mantra before we wish you. Om Bhurvasvaha Tassaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. God bless you and many more years of spiving, many more years of giving us your good wishes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
ये बुक के बारे में मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी दैट आई हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट कि आई ओनली गॉट अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ चांस कि मैंने पूरी तरह से इसकी रीडिंग नहीं करी है एंड ये मेरे लिए बर्थडे प्रेजेंट है. मैं तुरंत ही जाके टाइम निकाल कर ये पूरे एकदम डिटेल में पढ़ूँगी. लेकिन इसका जो सब्जेक्ट है साइंस और रिलीजन को, मतलब रिलीजन को साइंस के द्वारा समझाना, हम जैसे जनरेशन जो हैं जिनके माता पिता ये नहीं समझा पाए कि क्यों हम वो चीज़ करते हैं जो हमें करना चाहिए, और क्योंकि वो फोर्स करते थे, क्योंकि वो रिचुअल के तौर पे कराते थे, हमने बहुत उस चीज़ को रेजिस्ट की. अब जाके जैसे लाइफ ने टेक ओवर किया, हमें पता चला कि हमें फेथ होनी चाहिए, हमें प्रेयर करना चाहिए, तो हम वो सारी चीज़ें बिना समझ के प्रे करते हैं. इस बुक के द्वारा वो समझ के साथ, हर मीनिंग के साथ अब मैं प्रेयर भी मीनिंगफुल और इंटेंशनली करूँगी. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इस बुक के द्वारा मुझे वो सब मिल सकता है जिसकी मैं खोज कर रही थी. और मैं रैंडमली जैसे इंटरनेट में या गूगल में या पॉडकास्ट से या कोई भी बुक उठाकर ये पढ़कर अपने आप को इंफॉर्मेशन दे रही थी. अब मुझे एक फोकस मिला है. बलदेव जी जो यहाँ इस बुक के ऑथर हैं, इनके साथ मेरी मीटिंग हुई है और यहाँ पे इतने सारे एरुडाइट स्कॉलर्स बैठे हैं जो इस सब्जेक्ट पे एक्सपर्ट हैं. इनके साथ आज मेरी मुलाकात हुई है, मीटिंग हुई है. मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज के बाद मेरी जो सर्च है उसके लिए एक डायरेक्शन, एक माध्यम मुझे मिला है.
तो अब मैं जब प्रे करूँगी, अब जब मैं वर्शिप करूँगी, या मेरे फेथ के पीछे जब मैं जोर लगाना चाहूँगी, फेथ करना चाहूँगी, उसके पीछे मेरे बिलीफ और मेरे इंटेंशंस स्ट्रॉन्ग होंगे, ये मैं उम्मीद रखती हूँ। थैंक यू।
नमस्कार।
बर्थडे भी है, फैंस को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगी बर्थडे के?
मैं किसी को कोई मैसेज नहीं देना चाहूँगी, मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहूँगी कि थैंक यू वेरी मच कि आप मुझे इतना प्यार दे रहे हैं, मुझे याद रख रहे हैं, और मैं सिर्फ आई फील वेरी हम्बल्ड एंड वेरी ग्रेटफुल, सो दैट्स ऑल आई वांट टू से। थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
आई वुड ओनली से दैट मधु जी, आपने इतने खूबसूरती से वर्ड्स को पूछ रखा है हमारे सबके बीच में। आई फील यू हैव एडेड अ न्यू डायमेंशन टू व्हाट आई एम कम्युनिकेटिंग, so thank you very much for this.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
मैं समझती हूँ कि हमारा जो धर्म है, हमारी हिंदुइज्म है, ये हमें इट्स इनकम्बेंट अपॉन अस कि हम पूरे विश्व में इसको ले जाएं, इसका जो मैसेज है, और बलदेव कृष्ण जी जैसे लोग और किताबें लिखें और हमारे हिंदुइज्म के बारे में प्रचार करें, क्योंकि इसके पीछे बहुत सा साइंस है, जैसे कि इस बुक में दिखाया गया है। और मैं समझती हूँ कि इस बुक के ज़रिए बहुत सी जो सिंबॉलिज्म है हिंदुइज्म में, ये समझा जाए, क्योंकि हिंदुइज्म एक रिलीजन ही नहीं, एक फ़िलॉसफी, एक साइंस है, और ये एक ही रिलीजन है पूरे विश्व में जिसमें हमने बहुत से जो राज हैं हमारे यूनिवर्स के बारे में ये छुपाई गई हैं। तो वो अनरावल करने के लिए हमें बहुत हमारे रिलीजन के अंदर जाना है, समझना है, और ये टाइम बहुत ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए, क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ, और हमारे जैसे लोग जो लेखक हैं, जो बुक्स लिखते हैं, मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ कि ये हमारी जो साइंस है ये गुम जाए। It should not disappear under under misnomers and गलत विचारों के नीचे छुपना नहीं चाहिए हमारे रिलीजन के राज को।
निशा जी, आपने बहुत खूबसूरती से यू हैव प्रेजेंटेड द होल थिंग, लेकिन मैं इसमें से एक वर्ड और ऐड करना चाहता हूँ कि यूनिवर्स की जो साइंस है उसको एक कॉमन ऑडियंस के लिए जो नैरेटिव उन्होंने बनाया है, जो स्टोरी बनाई है, वो स्टोरी हम जानते हैं, लेकिन स्टोरी के पीछे हम साइंस नहीं जानते हैं, और ये बुक के अंदर हम ये दोनों को इंटरकनेक्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल, और ऐसे अगर और आपने बुक्स लिखी हैं वो सबको पढ़ना चाहिए। और जैसे कि केरला स्टोरीज़ जो फिल्म है उसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि भाई आपके भगवान का तो एक तो हाथी का सिर है, एक बंदर है, और ऐसे बातें कह के हमारे रिलीजन को नीचा दिखाना, ये मैं समझती हूँ गलत है। हर रिलीजन की इज़्ज़त होनी चाहिए, और ख़ास करके हिंदुइज़्म सबसे प्राचीन साइंस है, सबसे प्राचीन रिलीजन है वर्ल्ड में। द वेदास, द उपनिषद्स, ये खास करके भगवद गीता तो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है हमारे लिए, और किताबें लिखने के लिए और इस किताब को पढ़ने के लिए, क्योंकि इसमें जो हिंदुइज्म की जो साइंस छुपी है वो दिखाया गया है। तो मैं आप बलदेव कृष्ण जी को शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहती हूँ कि वो ऐसे और बुक्स लिखें और लोगों को एडुकेट करें।
मैं समझता हूँ मैडम, और बुक लिखना तो एक मेरे लिए प्रिविलेज होगा, लेकिन ये जो बुक है अगर इसको आप अपने सर्कल में स्प्रेड कर सकते हैं तो आपको जितनी बुक्स मेरे से चाहिए होगी वो मैं कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री आपको दूंगा, सो दैट यू कैन स्प्रेड इट इन योर सर्कल।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
हाँ जी, मैंने आपसे कहा कि भाई द इंस्पिरेशन बिहाइंड दिस इज़ द केरला स्टोरी वेयर दे आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर। असल में होता क्या है कि हमारी जो प्रीवियस जनरेशन है, जिसको हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि जेन ज़ी से पहले वाली जनरेशन, द मिलेनिया जनरेशन एंड द बिफोर दैट, दे हैव टेकन ऑल दिस फॉर ग्रांटेड। आपने जो कहा उन्होंने वो माना, गणपति के उधर जाएंगे, नमस्कार करेंगे, प्रसाद लेंगे, गणपति बापा मोरिया बोलेंगे और निकल जाएंगे।
लेकिन आज की जो नई जनरेशन है वो क्वेश्चन कर रही है, वो प्रश्न पूछ रही है, और अगर उनको उसका जवाब कन्विंसिंग नहीं मिलता है तो देन दे आर गेटिंग ऑफलोडेड टू एनी अदर वन हु इज ट्राइंग टू प्रमोट देम देमसेल्व्स। तो ये एक बहुत सीरियस टॉपिक है, इसलिए मैंने सोचा कि हमारे जो हिंदू गॉड्स है उनका रिलेशन यूनिवर्स के साथ क्या है, उनका रिलेशनशिप क्या है, वो अगर लोगों को समझाया जाए तो दे विल बी एबल टू फॉलो and they'll be able to understand that this is not just a story, this is just a way of narrating a big science, the knowledge, into a easy way of explaining to the general audience.
आपने कहा सर केरला स्टोरी से आपने प्रेरित होकर एक बुक लिखी है।
जी जी जी, केरला स्टोरी मैंने कहा ना, उसके अंदर जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं जो आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ डिस्कस करते हैं और वो बताते हैं कि ऐसे कभी होता है क्या भगवान 5-5 मुंह वाले, ऐसे कभी होता है क्या सिर के ऊपर इसका क्या जो सिर है वो हाथी का, बॉडी इसका, तो दे आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर व्हाई दिस इज देयर, एंड बिकॉज दे आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर दे आर ट्राइंग टू मोटिवेट देम इनटू mislead them into other ways of looking at this other religions, and that is a very serious issue. Yeah.
पब्लिक किस तरह से बुक कहाँ से परचेज कर सकती है, ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन क्या अवेलेबल है भाषाओं में?
हम फ़िलहाल तो इसको इंग्लिश में किया है, आगे चल के हमारा प्लान है कि इसको हिंदी में, गुजराती में और मराठी में लेके आने का। ओके, तो उसके बारे में हम पब्लिशर्स के साथ बात कर रहे हैं। आई थिंक इन अनदर 2-3 months वी शुड बी एबल टू डू समथिंग ऑन दैट।
सिलेबस में भी क्या इंक्लूड होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपने जो भी चीज़ें आज कही बहुत ही
सॉरी से इट अगेन।
सिलेबस जो हमारे सिलेबस होते हैं
हाँ, मैं समझता हूँ कि एक्चुअली हमारे यहाँ पर सेकुलरिज्म के नाम के ऊपर यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू टीच ऑल दिस इन योर स्कूल्स, okay, and that is one very serious fault, and therefore it is left only for the families to teach their children, and these days children don't listen to the parents, so that is a big issue. Okay, but yes, if there is a samstha, if there is a institution which starts teaching all this, I think it will be a great service to our community. इस बदलाव आएगा, आपको लॉजिक मिलता है, आपको कारण मिलता है कि अगर गणपति जैसे हैं, ओके, गणेशा, हम उसकी क्यों पूजा कर रहे हैं, हम क्यों उनके पास जा रहे हैं, उसका मतलब क्या है, उसका कारण क्या है। अगर ये सब चीज़ अगर हम लोग जान जाएं और अपनी न्यू जनरेशन को बता सकें, जेन जी को, जेन अल्फ़ा को बता सकें, तो आई थिंक दैट वुड बी अ ग्रेट सर्विस टू द कम्युनिटी। जी, क्या कहेंगे ऑडियंस को? ऑडियंस को ये कहेंगे कि स्प्रेड दिस बुक टू एवरी हाउस। ओके, आप किसी के भी घर में जाते हैं, अगर मैं यहाँ पर गिफ्ट भी दे रहा हूँ, जिस बंदे को ज़्यादा बुक्स लेकर जानी है वो लेके जा सकता है। आई एम नॉट चार्जिंग इट विद कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स, क्योंकि मेरे लिए ये फिलॉन्थ्रोपिक एक्टिविटी है। और अगर आप किसी की एनिवर्सरी है, किसी का बर्थडे, आप जाके गिफ्ट दीजिए, लेट देम स्टडी डैट। ये आगे चल के आपको बुक स्टॉल्स में भी मिलेगा, आपको लाइब्रेरीज में भी मिलेंगी। ये दिस बुक इज़ गोइंग टू बी मार्केटेड इन अ वेरी बिग वे। ओके,
ये ऑनलाइन भी उपलब्ध है?
बुक ऑनलाइन पे अभी फ़िलहाल तो नहीं है, लेकिन हो जाएगी इन अनदर 1 week 10 days टाइम। वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग इट अप ऑन आवर वेबसाइट। एट द मोमेंट हमारे वेबसाइट पे फ्री रीडिंग के लिए है, लेकिन आगे चल के आप परचेज भी कर सकेंगे।
हरे कृष्णा। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। आज मुझे बड़ी खुशी हुई कि श्री बलदेव किशन जी, इन्होंने बहुत सुंदर किताब लिखी है और इसके द्वारा हम विचार करने के लिए बाध्य है कि हमारे जो विविध देवता हैं, देवी देवता हैं, और उनका और ये विश्व है, उसकी संरचना है, उसका क्या संबंध है। क्योंकि सभी धर्म ग्रंथ में तो यही लिखा है कि भगवान निराकार नहीं है। क्योंकि आप कुरान शरीफ में पढ़ते हैं, इनाल्ला में खालहा सूरती, अल्लाह ताला की बड़ी सुंदर सूरत है। जब हम ओल्ड टेस्टामेंट पढ़ते हैं बाइबल का, तो उसमें लिखा है कि गॉड मेड मैन आफ्टर हिज ओन इमेज। भगवान ने हूबहू मनुष्य को अपनी तरह बनाया है। और जब हम भागवतम पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें लिखा है कि भगवान जो है वेणुम पड़ंतम अरविंद दलाय ताक्षम बरहावतम समसिताम्बुद सुंदरांगम गंधर्प कोटि कमनीय विशेष शोभम गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमहम भजामी। भगवान श्री कृष्ण मुरली बजाते हैं, द्विभुज है, वेणुधर है, मुस्कुराते हैं, तो भगवान बड़े सुंदर है। भगवान को हम निराकार नहीं कह सकते, क्योंकि भगवान हमारे पिता के 2 हाथ थे, हमारे दादाजी के 2 हाथ थे, 2 पैर थे, 2 आँखें थी, तो सबके दादा, सबके परदादा, पितामह जगतो माता दाता पितामह विद्यम पवित्र ओंकार स्वामी जय, सबके माता पिता कैसे निराकार हो सकते हैं। और अभी इसमें आकार के बारे में बताया है, और ये भी बताया कि ओंकार का ध्वनि आता है विश्व से, गैलेक्सीज से। वकारा पुरुषा कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह, इकारा प्रकृति राधा नित्य वृंदावनेश्वरी लश्च प्रेम सुकश, ये सब बताए। का आकार क्या है, अ उ म, तो ओम इतिकाक्षरम मंत्रम व्याहरम माम अनुस्वरम यह प्रयाति समद्भाव्यमाति संशया। भगवान कहते कि ओम का ध्यान करो और मेरा स्मरण करो, मृत्यु के उपरांत आप वैकुंठ जाओगे। ये सब बातें जो है इसमें बहुत बड़ी बात चीज़ है। गणेश जी है, उनका सर बड़ा क्यों है ये भी बताया, और गणेश जी सब विघ्न क्यों दूर करते ये भी बताया हमारे शास्त्रों में। यद पाद पल्लव युगम विनिधाय कुंभ द्वंद्वे प्रणाम समय से गणाधिराजा विघ्नान विहंत मलस्य जगत्रयस्य गोविंदम आदि पुरुषम तमम भजामि। अपने माथे पर श्री नरसिंहदेव के गोविंद जी के चरण रखने के कारण गणेश जी को जो है सब विघ्न दूर करने की शक्ति आई है। गणेश जी की पहले पूजा क्यों होती है, पूरे ब्रह्मांड की परिक्रमा करनी थी गणेश जी को, इसलिए उन्होंने राम नाम लिखा रेती में, उसकी 4 परिक्रमा की, तो उन्हें ब्रह्मांड की परिक्रमा करने का फल मिला। इसलिए हमारा धर्म में कोई मनगढ़ंत कथाएं नहीं है, इसका आधार है। इस्लाम में कहते हैं इब्राहिम, और कहते हैं क्रिश्चियनिटी में कहते हैं अब्राहम, और हम कहते हैं ब्रह्मा। या इब्राहिम और ब्रह्मा सब एक ही है। अब रही बात तुलसी की, ये तुलसी का पौधे को पवित्र माना जाता है। ये पौधा 24 घंटा ऑक्सीजन ही देता है, दुनिया में ऐसा ही पौधा है, यहाँ कोई बैक्टीरिया वायरस करीब नहीं आता है। पर बाकी धर्म में भी इसका बड़ा सुंदर सम्मान होता है। जैसे आप जाएंगे, जब इस्लाम धर्म में कब्र जो रहते हैं उस पर जो है, उस पर सब्जा का पौधा जो होता है वो लगाया जाता है। क्यों? सब्जा को पवित्र माना जाता है, सब्जा भी तुलसी है। और उसके बाद में क्रिश्चियन धर्म में सेंट बेसिलिका चर्च है, ये बेसिलिका चर्च में सेंट बेसिल डे होता है। उसमें बेसिल यानी जो होली बेसिल बोले तो जो तुलसी को माथे पर लेकर इटाली में वगैरह वो बहुत सुंदर शोभा यात्रा निकालते हैं। तो सभी धर्म समान है। ये कैस्पियन सी क्या है, जहाँ कश्यप ऋषि रहते थे, ये मॉस्को क्या है, मोक्ष शब्द का अपभ्रंश है। हम वहाँ मोक्ष प्राप्ति करने के लिए कौन जाते थे? रशिया बोलते तो रुशिया शब्द का अपभ्रंश है, ऋषि लोग वहाँ तपस्या करने जाते थे। जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्या है, अस्त्राणाम आलय थे अस्त्रालय, जब पांडवों ने वहाँ पर अस्त्र शस्त्र वहाँ संजोए रखे थे शमी वृक्ष में। और वहाँ पर पर्थ करके एक सिटी है, पर्थ क्या है, ये पार्थ का अपभ्रंश है। यानी अर्जुन के माता का नाम पृथा था, पृथा से जो उनको पार्थ कहते थे, और वो इससे से पर्थ शब्द आया है। बोलीविया क्या था, वहाँ बली महाराज वहाँ रहते थे। इसका मतलब है कि ये पूरा जो है महाभारत यानी पूरा विश्व जो था ये सनातन धर्म का पालन करता था। इसलिए आप देखेंगे इंडोनेशिया में आज भी रामायण, थाईलैंड में रामायण का प्रदर्शन होता है। इसलिए हम सब लोग बहुत धन्यवाद है कि इसका साइंटिफिक मीनिंग इन्होंने हमको बताया कि व्हाट इज़ द साइंटिफिक स्टोरी बिहाइंड ऑल दिस सिम्बल्स, व्हाट आर द डीटीज, दे आर नॉट फिक्शन ऑफ इमेजिनेशन। भगवान इज़ मोर रियल देन योरसेल्फ, ही इज़ मोर रियल, बिकॉज हम लोग सब लोग आत्मा हैं। आत्मा का आकार भी बताया गया है। आज का दुर्भाग्य है भारत का कि ये जो कार्नेगी मेलन, हार्वर्ड, ऑक्सफोर्ड, IIT, IIM कहीं भी आत्मा के बारे में नहीं सिखाया जाता है। आत्मा इतना सूक्ष्म होता है, बालाग्रसित भाग्यस्य शतधा कल्पितस्य च भागो जीवस्य विज्ञायस्य कान चानंताय कल्पते। एक केश के 10,000 टुकड़े कर दो, 9,999 टुकड़े फेंक दो, इतना छोटा टुकड़ा होता है, इतना आत्मा होता है। आत्मा इज मोर देन एनी माइक्रोस्कोपिक पार्टिकल, इलेक्ट्रॉन से भी छोटा होता है। वही आत्मा पूरे शरीर को संचालित करता है, एक मनुष्य शरीर को, एक हाथी के शरीर को जो 1 टन होता है, और एक जो बेल मछली होती है जिसके पेट में 18 हाथी बैठ जाते हैं, उसको भी आत्मा संचालित करता है। ये सब रिसर्च करने की बात है, इस पर रिसर्च कर रहे हैं हमारे बलदेव कृष्ण शास्त्री जी, हम शर्मा जी, और हम उनको बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं। ये किताब का हम प्रचार करेंगे और सबको सनातन धर्म के ओर आकर्षित करेंगे। हरे कृष्ण।